Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy98 here. Welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on my channel. Today, the brand new McLaren MCL33 has officially been launched, and as per usual, I'm here to just cover the car, show you what it looks like, show you a few bits that I can see that have changed, and then you guys get to discuss how you feel about it. But as you can see, it has taken a slight change from last year, and honestly, I like this McLaren car. I do. I like the look of it. It's really nice compared to last year. I didn't like the livery last year. I do like it though this year, and we're going to delve straight into it and have a look and see what we can find. Now, firstly, obviously, I do know that this McLaren car launched at 7 AM UK time, and normally I'm always on the spot like within an hour of uploading the video, but hopefully you guys can understand. I wasn't gonna wake up at 7 AM UK time to see this launch. I literally just couldn't be bothered to set an alarm to wake up so early, so I just decided to wake up whenever I wanted to, e.g. now, and cover the video then. So that's what we're going to be doing. But anyway, let's have a look at some of the changes on the car then. So obviously the first change you can clearly see is that the McLaren has now obviously changed its style of livery. It has gone from an orange and black livery to an orange and blue livery, very similar to their Indy car that they ran last year. So this time then we've got a mixture of a black and blue front wing, and then also we've got a blue rear wing as well, and as you can see, a couple of sponsors there on the front, quite low in terms of sponsors overall in the car, most of them obviously coming on this front nose. What we can see then is that the side pods are quite large actually compared to other teams. Now, this is quite interesting, of course, because McLaren last year had the best chassis on the grid, so I personally think they did anyway, and it's quite interesting. But their side pod's pretty large. I thought they'd be a little bit smaller than that. No real work in terms of any extra little bodywork pieces on the side, which I probably would have expected. And also, I would have expected the halo to maybe be blue or orange, not black, but there you go. That's what McLaren have picked. But let's go and analyze a little bit more about the McLaren in the next few shots. So this is the McLaren shot from the side perspective. And as you can clearly see, like I was saying at the start of this video, very, very small and lacking in terms of overall sponsors. And obviously, because McLaren have been so poor throughout this entire turbo hybrid era, obviously that's taken a massive effect on them. And as you can clearly see, they have obviously got a lack of sponsors. But obviously, you can see crucially, just underneath the little engine fin where it says number 14, which is obviously in blue, you can see that it says Renault. So obviously this year, if you guys are unaware, McLaren are running Renault engines rather than Honda engines. And this is a massive year for McLaren, and also for Renault, in fact, because McLaren, they now have a decent engine. This is an engine that can propel cars up the grid. Look at the Red Bulls. You know, they may have you know, Renault engine, but they still are race-winning cars and can still take the fight to Mercedes and Ferrari. So honestly, I do expect this McLaren car, personally, obviously we can't know anything until testing and races, but I do think that this car will take the fight to the top 3 teams, in my opinion. Having looked then at other parts of the car, I'm quite interested about the side of the car. That's where I'm really just a bit perplexed. There is literally next to no detail on the side of the car in terms of little bodywork pieces. We've seen on the Mercedes, we've seen on the Ferrari, and we've seen on the Red Bull, in fact, I think as well, that there's been a lot of work done on that side area of the car, putting little bits of bodywork, little pieces connecting into the radiator intakes, but there's just nothing on this one. It's literally just really bland and plain, and yeah, I wonder if this is just like because it's a concept version, or because they genuinely are running something that is that plain and they think that they know something that other teams don't. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll move on to the next shot. Alright then, so as we look at a top-down shot now of the McLaren, this is actually a very nice top-down shot to actually have a look at, and you can clearly see here that this McLaren, in terms of the side pods and how it's working, it actually looks very, very similar to the Ferrari, actually, in terms of the way that the side pod sort of curves into the back and the rear of the car. It does look very, very similar. And also, at the front where all the barge boards are as well, they look, again, very, very similar to Ferrari, which is quite interesting. They haven't really copied it in exact, in terms of, you know, everything looks exactly the same and stuff like that. It's just the level of design that looks very, very similar. All the little gap in between the cockpit, and then you've got the little barge board sections there, and then you've obviously got the suspension in the front wheels, and then obviously the way that the bodywork sort of curves into the rear of the car where the rear wing is. it looks very similar to the way Ferrari have done it. And I was quite intrigued by that. And overall, I think this car is really good. I think it's nice. Obviously, it's very plain in terms of its sponsorship. But obviously, you know, they've had some tough years. They've lost a few sponsors. They have gained one or two. Obviously, you can see on the front nose, they've gained Dell. Big sponsorship there. But there is one more final shot that we're going to be showing before we wrap off the video. And the last shot that we have then for this video is a shot that I managed to find just before obviously making this video, was the McLaren car out there on track on its filming day. So here it is, guys. That is the McLaren out on track, and as you can see, it does look very, very nice. I'm putting it out there. I like this McLaren car. I really do hope that it does well this season. It's been such a long time since we've seen McLaren fighting up where they belong. Obviously, even though I really am a Mercedes fan, I always like to see competition, because I'm one of those people that, even though I support a specific team, I want to also have my neutral fan point in there and have a real big fight. And if I can see Mercedes taking on Ferrari, taking on Red Bull, and taking on McLaren, that is just going to be a season I cannot wait for. And I really want to see Fernando Alonso back up there where he truly belongs, at the front of the grid. But guys, that is the brand new McLaren MCL33. Let me know what you think of it down in the comment section down below. If you do have enjoyed this video, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. We only have now the Toro Rosso and the Force India. We know that the Toro Rosso will be releasing on Monday. The Force India has not had a date yet, and it's not been confirmed. Most likely it'll be done during testing. But until then, guys, I will see you for another video very, very soon. Thanks for watching all, and take care. Peace.